this video shows you how to offer products to your customers that are in a different color or a different style. So by going through this step-by-step process, you can have one product uploaded onto Online Village Blue Mountains with the option that the customer can choose which color they might purchase it or which type of design they might purchase. So to demonstrate this, I have uploaded a product called Buttons, and I've just added this image that's a multiple colored buttons. You could add any image you like. You could add a more beautiful image that's quite salesy, a little kid wearing some cute little top or whatever it is that you use. I've chosen this to show that these are buttons, but I'm going to create the option for people to select which color they buy. Okay, so you need to go to options and you need to click add option. And under the heading name, you need to write a very brief statement instruction to your customer. So I'm going to write select color because that's what they need to do. If you were doing a different design, you could say select style or select design. Position. Now that's only here because we can actually offer a number of different options. So I could create this option now called select color and save it, and then I could come back and create another option where they could choose the size. So you could actually get them to choose that they want, say it was a t-shirt that is red and it's in a size 2. But at the moment I'm just selling buttons and I only want to do it in color. So select color, I'm only offering one option, I'm going to put 1. Now there are different types of ways that we can offer for customers to select. The two ones that you're going to choose from, you get a choice, is either select box or radio group, and I'm going to take you now to show you what these look like. So here's an item loaded by Chickiboo, and she has used select box options for her style. So if I click here, I can choose which style I want to purchase as the customer. Okay, but this item here has a radio group, so the sizes, it could be colors, it could be words, doesn't matter what it is, but the customer can come and click on a different one and choose. That's what a radio group looks like. So for this demonstration, sorry about that, I'm going to do a radio group. Okay, now the description, you don't actually have to enter anything here because you could what you've put here under select color is quite specific, but I'm going to say to my customer, just in case they get confused, please choose the color you wish to purchase. Okay, now for the sake of showing you where different things appear on the front end, I'm going to copy that and paste the exact same instruction. You probably wouldn't do that for your customers, but I want to show you where the different instructions come up in the front end. Okay, now we scroll down and we need to click required because we want our customer to make a choice. We're going to insist that they do, and if they don't choose a color, it won't actually let them purchase. The reason we do that is so that we're not emailing or calling and trying to chase the person and say, hey, what color did you want? Okay, so now we're going to scroll back up to the top and hit the variants tab. Now I'm offering my buttons in 3 colors. So my first option I'm going to give is red buttons. And the modifier type area, it allows you to add more money to different types, and I'm actually going to do that in the demonstration in a minute. The weight modifier type is if this weighed more. So if my blue buttons were weighed more than my red buttons, I'd actually enter the weight. But I've already entered the weight in the shipping area. I don't need to change that here, and all my buttons weigh the same. But if you have products that vary a lot in weight, then you need to change that here. Okay, I'm just going to hit add for now, and just to show you quickly what's coming up. Red, blue, I want to add yellow. Position number 3, and I'm going to say yellow, but I'm going to say my yellow ones are much more expensive. They're $1 extra. Okay, it costs $1 more. If I click that and do percentage and do that, it would be only 1% more. So you'd unlikely to use that. You maybe do a 10% charge, but it's nicer to do it as a dollar value sometimes. Okay, so this is my red, blue, and yellow buttons. Now I can click create, and that option, I'm going to show you what that looks like just so that you can see it in the front end now. Okay, so that's been done. If I go over here, because I've already activated this, I just want to show you. Here's the product before I click through to it. And I click on it. And you can see here that we can buy the product in red, in blue, or in yellow. And you can see here the yellow is $1 more. So normally the buttons are $1.99. If I click on yellow, it'll change it to cost $2.99. You will also see that here we have, if I hover over that question, remember that comment, that sentence I typed in, please choose the colour you wish to purchase. Or it also says here, please choose the colour you wish to purchase. So you get to choose what instruction or what, if anything, you don't have to have anything, you add in those areas. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this area. Select colour, go back into this select colour. This is where we just were, and go back to variants. Now I actually want to show my customer a better picture of what those buttons will look like, or if you are uploading a different style, you might add an image now of that different style. So you need to click extra, and you can actually go to your documents, and there you go. I've added a red button. I'm going to go to the blue. I'm going to add a blue button. Remember, this is taking you into your hard drive, and you find it in the way you find your files. Okay, and yellow. Okay, and I click save. Now let me show you how that appears. I'm going to refresh the front end to show you what happens. See here, the customer now can see a close-up, and if I click on that, it will change as well. See here, it's modifying. So when I hit blue, if I click blue here, it's changing the color as well as doing it there. But it's just the nicer way the customer can see more detail of those colored buttons. If you want those images to come up larger in this area, then you need to add images under this images section. Okay, but if you add them in there under the options, then that's where they're going to come up, where I just showed you. Okay, so you would think that it's ready to go and your customer's going to be fine, but actually at the moment we need to go back in and fix up our stock, because I might not have the same, I'm not just going to have 100 buttons available, I'm going to have different styles, different amounts. So I need to come down to here, and I'm going to, at the moment it's track with options. Before it would have been track without options. That would have had to have been selected. I've been playing around with this. So we're tracking with options because I have I just added the option. So if yours says track without options, change it to track with options, and then click save, because it's possible that just here at the moment it doesn't say edit. So if next to in stock it doesn't have a hyperlink saying edit, please go and click save, and you will notice that will come up. So when you click on edit, it's going to come up with an inventory section. So I'm going to click plus, and I'm going to add the inventory for each of my things. Now remember, I've added 3 items. So the red, I'm going to say red, because I can choose other colors here, but the red is my first item, and I'm going to say I've got 10 red buttons. And the second one is blue, and I'm going to say I have 20 blue buttons. And then the third one, I'm changing yellow, and I have 30 yellow buttons, and I'm going to click create. And it's a bit slow today. Okay, so it's now coming up in the inventory section with my red. Now you'll notice here that I can actually add another image. I just want to warn you about what will happen if you do that. You can do that here, but whatever image you add first will actually override the image that you originally added in under general. So if I take you over here, at the moment my main image is this buttons. As you can see, the cute button, multiple colored buttons. But if the main image I had here was a red button or a style of whatever I had, I could add that there again and it would come up. But if I add the red button here now, it's actually going to override and take this away. It's just a function that happens. So I'm just warning you that if you don't need to add anything here, but if you choose to add images in this section, it will override the image that was placed in the general. So I'm going to leave it as is because I don't want that to happen. And that is all perfectly working now. So I would just want to show you in the front end how that looks. So I'm going to refresh the page because we're now tracking inventory for every color. And what you will be able to see is at the moment it's selected red and it tells you down here availability 10 items. So my customer knows they can buy up to 10. But if I click on yellow, it changes that to say availability 30 items. And remember, this will drop down as people purchase. So no one can purchase more than is available here. So it's very important to go back in and change that section under general. If you follow all of these instructions, you'll have absolutely no trouble. Feel free to watch the video again as you do your very first add a variable and add an option to your product. Pause as you go through if you need to, and I hope this has helped you create a different option for your front end of store.